Hey there, beautiful souls. Are you ready for your general intuitive tarot reading for October? If this is your first time to this channel, hello and welcome. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you are returning, thanks for joining me once again. As always, please remember that not all messages will resonate for everyone, so take what does and leave the rest for someone else, because these are readings for the collective. If you haven't already, I would ask that you take a second right now to click the subscribe button, which is free for you and is a great way to support the channel. Also, if you are enjoying these videos and want to see more of them, then let YouTube know that by clicking the like button as well. If we take a quick look at the astrology for October, the retrograde motion of Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus might feel like a regression of old stories and people reappearing in your life. But it really isn't. So instead, use this as an opportunity to wrap up the past and take care of any unfinished business. This is particularly important if you are an Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or Pisces, as you will feel it and benefit from it the most. Now, on October 6th, we have a full moon in Aries, which inspires us to channel our inner pioneer and get ready to chase big dreams. When Venus enters Libra on October 13th, our romantic life receives blessings. Dating and friendships will go well for all signs, but if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in particular, you'll get a charismatic boost. The new moon in Libra on October 21st might bring on a fear that reminds us of a little insecurity we may have thought we'd overcome. But this is an opportunity to truly rise above that challenge and show what we're capable and made of. These lunar vibes might feel particularly intense for Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorns. October 22nd marks the sun's entrance into Scorpio. The season of the witch begins now, and it's set to get spooky in every sense of the word. Over the next 4 weeks, a general sense of mystery might be felt in the air. And finally, on October 28th, the most positive and harmonious aspect of the month occurs when Mars trines Jupiter. Do you feel like taking a risk? The universe says to go for it. Those who act on their desires, especially Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, could find themselves in the right place at the right time. Now, let's see what other messages the universe has for you, so I'll catch you on the flip side of this video. All right, beautiful souls, this is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And this is for the month of October. I really enjoy the month of October, Aquarius, because of Halloween at the end of the month. It's one of those times that I really enjoy. Used to go to a lot of Halloween parties and enjoyed dressing up at the office during the day and things like that. In honor of Halloween, I'm using my Jack-o'-lantern deck here, my Jack-o'-lantern tarot deck for your qualifiers, for your cards. And so I used to go to a lot of parties and stuff, nice celebrations around Halloween. As did the Gaelic people and the Celts celebrate on Halloween. They didn't call it Halloween. It was called Samhain or Samhain. I'm not sure what the correct pronunciation is. I guess I'll have to Google that one day. But basically, it was, harvest festival, if you will. It was certainly, I believe it would start around the evening of October 31st into the November 1st. And it was really definitely because of harvest, and the days were getting shorter and the nights were getting longer because, you know, Celts and Gaelic people lived sort of quite northern. This is, you know, Scottish and Irish backgrounds. And yeah, so they would be celebrating around that time. But the other thing that they celebrated or believed was that the veil between the worlds, between this world, the living, and the other side, was probably at its thinnest on that period of time, around the 31st into the 1st. And so, or if they didn't think it was thin, at least they believed that the wall between, or the line between the two worlds could be blurred, if you will, which meant that they had the opportunity to commune with their ancestors at that time. And that would be an opportune time to commune with their ancestors. So, yeah, so that's October 31st. That's Halloween. We know it as Halloween now, but, you know, still an interesting time of year. So, let's get into your tarot messages, my dear Aquarius. And let's see what your ancestors want to tell you maybe for this month. So I'll start by giving thanks to the angels, spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide, and for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Aquarius seekers. Okay. All right, can I have cards, please, for Aquarius for October? Oh, you have a card that's flown out here, which is the Eight of Wands. Something flip here. You have the Lovers. You also had the Moon with the Chariot card come out together. You have the Emperor card. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So that's very beautiful energy here, my dear Aquarius friends. Let's talk. Let's talk about the overarching energy, which is your Ace of Wands. I'm just going to put the card here so maybe you can see that a little bit better. Ace of Wands is a card of new experiences, right? New things coming your way. And the overarching energy really means the theme of your month, right? So for you in this month of October, the theme is definitely new beginnings. The birth of something new here, okay? It's like the seeds of an idea or something that you feel excited about, whether that is in career, it's in business, it's things are happening in the home, you're getting ideas, you're starting to feel excited about projects, perhaps that you've already started and now you've got some kind of momentum. I do feel there's momentum here for you, but I also feel like there is this opportunity to build something new, because now all of a sudden you have the willpower, you have the excitement to do it, you have the passion to get it done. You can see the forest for the trees is what they're telling me. So I need to give you that message, whoever that's for. In other words, you're starting to see the big picture here, and there's really a high degree of energy around you, and not just excitement, but a lot of enthusiasm, right? I mean, we need to be enthusiastic about projects and things that we do, even if it's in our day-to-day work lives, or it's in our mundane, boring lives where all we do is do the same thing. I feel like this is your month to really get excited, get going, and it's like the match has been lit, and that, you know, that nice spark that comes. This is what the Ace of Wands is for me. It's like a match, and you hear that sound when it strikes the match board, and you've got that little spark, and then you've got the flame that grows from it, right? So this is what I'm feeling for you, is that you're really making a spark here from this match, and it's all of your, you know, whatever you're going to start in this month, these are your exciting new ventures or adventures, right? Depending on how you want to look at it, all right? But I feel like, you know, career-wise, business-wise, home-wise, it's just you're experiencing in any area of your life a period of growth, or a period of excitement about growth, or excitement about change, okay? So, I mean, you do have here the Eight of Wands, the Lover's card. You have a little strange thing here with in the middle of, or sort of like third week here, you have the moon. You have the moon with this Chariot card, which we'll get into in just a second, a little bit here. But I feel like there's something very specific going on here that has to do with hesitancy, okay? But and you also have the Lover's card here, so that's very interesting. There's definitely something going on there for some of you with this Emperor card. All right, so let's start talking, getting into it, and then we'll get into the clarifiers. I want to start with the Eight of Wands here. I love this Eight of Wands because it's a very specific image, okay? Most Eight of Wands is just a bunch of wands on it flying through the air, which is great because it means there's targeted focus. It means that there is, you know, energy that's swift moving, it's on its way to you, and you know, it means that, you know, there's a goal in mind, okay, which is great because that's what I'm feeling for you. You still have the goal in mind, okay? But what I particularly love about this Eight of Wands is that the umbrellas give you flight. Okay, so it's like you're flying high. Not only do you have a goal in mind, not only do you have a you know, a target, if you will, for whatever it is that you want to achieve, but I feel like you have, you know, you've already taken off. Let's put it that way, okay? It's not like it's just swift moving energy. It's swift, light moving energy. In other words, you know, when you're in the air, it's like easy, right? It's flying is easy, right? You don't really feel it, right? So I feel like this is you know, you're definitely heading in the right direction towards your goals, and you're taking off in a beautiful way. Let's get into your clarifiers to understand that a little bit better for you, as to, you know, what are these goals? What are you taking flight with? Where are you, you know, what's going on for you there? I feel like for somebody, that Eight of Wands is a call to distant shores, if that's possible. You know, maybe you're thinking about getting away. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, taking a short trip. You know, whether or not short or long, I feel like you have a bit of wanderlust. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, so you're thinking about this in terms of, you know, long term. What are the long term of effects of this. So in other words, you're thinking, oh, well, I won't be able to get away again, or you're thinking this is the time for me to do it now because going forward I have, other priorities, other things going on in my life, and I won't get this opportunity again. You're also maybe thinking about, for some of you, doing this with family. All right, Ten of Pentacles is about family. It's about home and family. It's about legacy. It's about feeling like you have those around you who you love in the perfect environment. So for some of you, you might be deciding to take off and travel. Now, for some of you, if you're working and you can do it, great. If others of you are retired and you have the money to do it, great. And if you just have the opportunity, if the office doesn't keep you too busy, and if you're working, then bonus. I would say it's actually a good time to do it. And even more so is if you do have to work, perhaps there's an opportunity for you to blend business with pleasure a little bit, right? So there's lots of people who, I don't know, they take cruises and then they bring their laptop with them. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there, okay? You got the Nine of Pentacles here, which says you're in a really good place, okay? For me, the Nine of Pentacles is something that I feel, personally, I wish I could aspire to, okay? Because it is an energy of having worked hard, you have all the money that you require, the material wealth, the security, you have abundance, and you have some independence, whether that's financially or otherwise, okay? And so the rewards that you have come as a result of your hard work. And when you're in the Nine of Pentacles energy, it's an energy of slowing down and savoring your hard work and your wealth, okay? So it is sort of almost a calling, if you will, for this trip to say, well, you know what, I'm in a good place. Maybe it would be a good opportunity to maybe take a quick road trip. For some of you, you might want to make a romantic vacation just because you have the Lover's card. That's not for everybody, but it is for some of you. Romantic travels, if you will. Whether it's for work or for love or whatever, I'm going to say you're going to want to keep your passport at hand, all right? All right, so let's get one more clarifier for you for the Eight of Wands. Now, if you aren't traveling, I would say to you that then you want to start some projects if you haven't already, because they will take flight easily. You will achieve your goals quickly because you have the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles, and this could result in some financial gain somewhere. I do believe that because you have two cards of Pentacles there, and you might need to do this even if you don't get away, because you have the Four of Cups and you might be a little bit bored. Okay, so you can see this character here is, the universe is handing a cup, and either the figure on the card just doesn't want to see it, or the figure doesn't want to believe it, because there's 3 other cups in front of them, and either they were not to that character's satisfaction, or if it's not to your satisfaction, then you're not going to take the 4th cup, or you just don't believe it because you've been disappointed in those 3 previous cups. All right, so for you, I feel like this could be one way or the other. I feel like maybe this is the reason why you want to take a trip. Some of you might be bored. Some of you need to get away. Some of you need a shift in different perspective in terms of what do you call that? A different view of something in terms of you need to get out and see something different, not the 4 walls that you're, living within right now. All right. So I definitely feel that for some of you. Now, let's get into the Lover's card, because I think it's actually funny that the Lover's card would come up. in light of all the other cards on the table. But there's definitely a message here for somebody that, as I said, maybe some of you are thinking about taking your honey on a trip. Maybe some of you are going to have to go somewhere for work, and you take your honey with you because that's a good way to both work and advance your relationship. But I kind of feel like there's definitely something, something definitely going on there in a love situation. Now, if you are in a relationship, this is a great time for you to spend time with the person that you care about. If you are single, I would say that it's potentially a good time to put yourself out there to meet somebody, okay? Lover's card is a card of deep love. It's not like, just a fling. It's more of a meaningful relationship, okay, at the end of the day. And that's what this is. It's about relationships. So if you have somebody in your life, bonus. And if you don't and you want somebody, bonus, because this is good energy. And if you don't have and you don't want somebody in your life, well, remembering that the Lover's card is the card of choice, right? That's what it was. And it is also for me, not only is it a choice card as a reader, it's a card of commitment for me. So it means that in this month of October, you are committing to something. Now, are you committing to those projects that have already taken flight and are in progress? Very, very possible, because you have this Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, Ace of Pentacles is the card, again, of new opportunities, but new opportunities in terms of financial gains, okay? It's new opportunities in the material world. So prosperity, success is beginning here with either new money, new education, new certificates, maybe a new source of income. You can see that big coin, and it's like you want to reach out and grab it, because with that Eight of Wands, you're now taking flight and you have the 30,000 foot view, and you can look down and you can say, oh, look at that. There is potential right there. Okay. So that potential can turn into some really nice stability and some new, source of income there. Okay. Now, if this is your case, is that you are spending time with your loved one, you're either decided to spend money on your loved one, or you, as I said, you're taking your loved one to, with you as it relates to your, I want to say as it relates to your, work situation, whereby, you got to go off and you say, well, I have to go away for 4 weeks. Why don't you come with me? Okay. So, there's that element of making income while you are with the person that you love. Now, you have the 10 of Cups, so that's great. It means happily ever after. That's what the 10 of Cups is. It really is the card of saying, this is just happiness, right? Ultimate happiness, love, the perfect, home life, if you will. But it's prosperity and it's joy. Okay, so whether you're with your loved one, great, and you're enjoying yourself and you're enjoying that relationship. If you're putting yourself out there to meet somebody, there's potential there in happiness. And if you're committing yourself to your projects, you know that this is something that you've always wanted to do, and it will bring you joy to finish these projects or to get them off the ground, so to speak, which is what that Eight of Wands is doing. You're off the ground, okay? You're already off the ground. Just keep going with it. That's the message they're telling me. Keep going with whatever it is that you're doing, because you're on the right track, right? Yeah, you have the Three of Cups, and that says, do it with people that you care about, whatever this is for you, okay? Take it how it resonates. Everybody's situation is different. Three Cups is about joy, it's about peace, it's about harmony, but doing it and celebrating with the ones that we care about, okay? So, here are these three these three witches, you know, gathering together and celebrating together. Well, you know, maybe your three witches are your best friends, or you people that you get together with once a blue moon, and you know, you get together and you do something. Now, for somebody here, I don't know why I'm getting the message of a Halloween shindig. So you want to, you know, get your three witches together in costume and have a nice Halloween party with your friends, then that's going to kick off your celebrations and the start of the season as we get toward more celebrations at year end, right? So that's kicking more off into high gear with that, okay? So, all right, so let's now get into this interesting thing here, okay? Which is the moon and the chariot. So I'm gonna just pull these down here, and because I want you to see both of these cards. Okay. What's very important for you to realize is, okay, the moon card, okay, is hesitancy. Then I said there's something here about a little bit of hesitancy, okay? I feel like for somebody, there is a period, somebody here is being asked to take the lead on something. Why? Because you have the Emperor. You also have the Chariot card, which is movement forward, okay? However, the Moon card is doubt, right? The Moon card is a little bit of fear. It's our subconscious that kicks in and says, well, yeah, well, but, okay? So the Moon card normally is, not in this image, but in other decks, is the image of like a poor little lobster who needs to get to the other side of the road, and there's nothing but wolves and dogs and everything on either side of him. So there's hesitancy, there's fear, there's doubt. It's not clear how you're going to get there because it is also dark, because it's only by the moonlight, okay? So there is some kind of hesitancy here for you. Now, it could be related to those projects. Maybe you're getting to a phase of the project where you say, okay, phase 1 is complete, but do I really want to move to phase 2? Because phase 2 will imply other things. There'll be other implications. There'll be other risks associated to phase 2. Okay? So I feel like for somebody, you're not willing to necessarily go forward in phase 2, not just because you have this fear, this doubt, or your subconscious is trying to find excuses, but because your Chariot is here, but your Chariot is a snail, right? So you're going to maybe say, okay, but you're going to take it a lot slower than you would normally. So there's something there about, although you've taken flight here, something is either going to slow down due to your own either doubt of your own abilities, or there's something here also for somebody else. Again, I always have to give the messages that I get about your reputation, that you're worried about your reputation, and hence the reason why you're going to go a little bit slower here, okay? So especially if this is work related for you and you're in a career and in a career where it's important, for somebody else, I feel like you've been asked to take the lead, as I said, because of that Emperor. And there's some either meaningful negotiations that you have to, lead, and you need to prepare for, or you didn't think you had the ability to lead and you don't want your reputation to suffer. So I feel like for somebody, this is why you're going to be just a little bit hesitant. I'll tell you that if that is your case, justice is there. So that is the scales of justice. So for some of you, it will be negotiations that are involved. For some of you, it'll be legal matters involved that will potentially slow down your project, slow down your negotiations, slow down your work, slow down your whatever, okay? Maybe you need a permit, maybe you need a something. And this is not necessarily wasn't planned for. If it wasn't planned for, it's something that you didn't think that you have the ability to know enough about it or something like that. All to say, if this is your case, don't worry about it, because justice is also the card of balance, right? And what is right for us is right for us. The universe never passes us by with what is right for us, right? It doesn't give what is right for you to somebody else. It gives it only to you, because it is right for you. But it has to be within the right timing, all right? Okay, let's continue to clarify this moon and this chariot card. Yeah, Two of Swords. You don't know what to do about this thing. Whatever this slowdown is, whatever this fear is, whatever this doubt, this hesitation is for you, it's a question of, do you go left, do you go right? You can't make the decision. Maybe you don't have enough facts. Maybe you don't know the whole situation to make the decision. Or maybe you're just kind of stuck in a little bit of fear, and this is one of those reasons why you choose not to go forward to phase 2, because you fear it a little bit, and therefore you could say, but I don't know how to proceed. Right? So anyway, take it how it resonates. Everybody's situation is different. One more clarifier for the moon and the chariot card. You've got here, oh my god, you got 2 cards here. Yeah, you have the Knight of Swords, but you also have the Hermit card. Okay, so let's talk about the Hermit. Hermit says you're following your own light. You're following your own guiding light, and you definitely are saying, okay, well, I'm going to follow what I think is best here. But the Hermit is also the card of reflecting inward and taking time back and saying, I need to be by myself a little bit, because that's where that fear kicks in. But I feel for some of you, once you get over this fear, you're gonna like kick back in, because you have the Knight of Swords. So although you're doing this your way, you're going to jump on it and, you know, get moving again here with that Knight of Swords. Okay, so if this does cause a slowdown, it's temporary, all right? If it's you know, something that you need to negotiate and you need to get on it, you'll just gotta face the music and just give it a shot and try it. I do feel you're successful because of the Emperor card, okay? And the Emperor is success. The Emperor is, you know, an authority figure who has power, okay? So, you know, you will win that negotiation, or you will get that contract signed, or you will proceed to the completion of these projects, this work thing, this work situation. You're certainly you're back to business. Absolutely. If you were hesitant in week 3 and week 4, you're back to business, and you're ready to you know, get your reputation back in line, or, you know, make your reputation even better, okay, for some of you. Let's clarify the Emperor card. Two of Wands, definitely making plans here from the safety of your little castle, but looking at the big picture as you head into the end of the month, and then thinking forward to what is left of the rest of the year. Okay, let's continue to clarify the Emperor. I feel like you're in charge here. You're definitely taking the lead at the end of the month. You're not hesitant any longer. And there's the Three of Pentacles. So you're sharing your ideas, your thoughts, your skills, your trade, your what have you with other people. I feel like you allow other people to get involved in your project now. Maybe you wouldn't have before, where you had been more independent. Now is, I feel like, an opportunity for you to let somebody in, and more than one person, okay, because there are 3 people on that card, right? So there's 3 figures on that card. So it's a bit more of a communal kind of situation, or you know, a situation where it's like it's not necessarily a community thing, but maybe a few close people that you feel close to, you're going to allow them to help you. Okay, let's get one more clarifier for the Emperor. Yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles, right? That says, right, I got a whole field in front of me. Let's figure out what I want to do with it. Let's make some nice plans. Let me sow some seeds here, and we'll see where it takes me. Okay? All right, Aquarius, let's get you an oracle card. Let's see what they want to tell you. Message, please, for Aquarius for October. Okay, you have number 7. It's called To the Sea. There it is, number 7, To the Sea. Give me a second, I'll read to you from the book. Okay, it says, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? That's your Eight of Wands, my friends. Okay, let me continue. This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Yeah, so if you are hesitating about this thing, whatever the situation is that's taken off and it's doing well, don't let your fear get in there. Don't let that Moon card get in there to slow the chariot down, all right? Just trust, faith, you're going to be guided. You know, the universe has got your back. All right, that was a very interesting read, Aquarius. I'll leave it there, and I do hope there was something in it that resonates for you. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell if you want to know when I drop my next video. Now, I've also put up some videos for a 3-month look ahead for what's left of 2025. Would have been for the months of October, November, December. I don't know if you've actually taken a look at those videos. If you have, great. But if you haven't, you can find them on the channel, and you can take a look at those. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, please know that I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.